These are the top 5 best games this week in the LCK. In surprise fashion, Fearx kept it close in the early game with great control on the bottom side of the map.
Still doing great as the hook.
Yeah, and the Chains of Corruption as well. Lehens is only level 4. He has to flash away, and now it does move on over to Paze, who does proc his ult. He's trying to take this fight, but the Nocturne is right here, and Paze is free food. That's a double kill. As now Canyon comes in, he'll pick up a kill himself. He's looking for Execute, but with the Nocturne behind him, he's just gonna let it go.
Big mistake from the bot lane there as Wheeler gets out as well.
After that, Keen on Udyr gets caught a couple times, leading to some fight wins.
He didn't build a Leandri's. We do have an ult on 2 ults into Udyr, and a hook comes down, and Keen is actually in a bit of trouble. And there you go. Didn't even have ghosts. I mean, he just gets CC'd to death. Meanwhile, Canyon is charging through everybody, and he's just gonna turn around as he doesn't want to be isolated behind their enemy lines. As the hook is going to go astray, Q comes in from Canyon, immediately gets stunned up here. He's in trouble, actually, but the damage is coming in from the side of the Zeri. But that's a kill now on the Canyon, and Fearx 5v3 should be able to get this one done. That's a kill now onto Chovy. As Paze is like, man, I was playing this one out, but my teammates just disappeared one by one. And they have position in this jungle brush is now coming in from behind here as Keen is running straight at that backline. He's being shredded pretty effectively. He gets speared down here, and down he will go. As Keen, again, he thinks he's unkillable, but we know he is very killable, as now Lehens in a really rough spot himself. He's gonna go down as well. And now Gen G, they're gonna get hooked here. Chovy is going to be taking huge amounts of damage from Henna, who just flashes away and breaks the ankles of Chovy. But here is Zeri and Lee Sin. Can they do it 2v3? Paze trying to kite here against a Cassante. It's not quite gonna work as he does get knocked up, and Fearx destroy them in the fight.
And that is a huge win for Fearx. They set themselves up for Soul Point. They take down the Zeri.
The game was looking so good for Fearx until this happened.
Zoning the 5 of them away. They have that Azir turret, which they can play around very nicely. As gonna use the Unstoppable is Keen, and Paze able to get over the wall here as well. Chains of Corruption into the air as Chovy gets the 4 of them, and just like that, Gen G decide they want to win a team fight. Chovy has had enough of the fooling around, and Willer will go down as well. It's a triple for Canyon. It's a clean ace, and I think they might just end the game.
Just when we start to get the feeling that they can't keep getting away with it, they can't keep disrespecting their opponents, there's no way that it doesn't backfire. Gen G do this.
Bro pushed Kwangdong all the way to game 3. They picked up Smolder early in draft to try to get their first win. The early game was scrappy, but Envy stayed out of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of playing a great, Karras catches out. If you go for the shockwave there, Bulldog flashes it 100%. If you don't go for the R flash, and you just throw the ball out. So, does that to ensure the catch, but unfortunately, Cuz shows up and turns it around. And here, Bull, you know, you were saying he didn't have his Arcane Shift. It costs 90 mana. I think even if the cooldown was up, I think he's just... There's so many things wrong with that. So many levels in which you are dead.
He didn't leave himself a very good position, as now we got more of a scuffle here on the top side as down will go Cuz eventually, it looks like, as there it is. Last hit from Palu picks up his 2nd kill. As Bro are threatening this here. Andal in a bit of trouble himself, doesn't have flash, and that should be a kill onto him, and down he will go. Palu picks up a 3rd kill.
Follows the carry, follows the carry.
I mean, it was funny at first, but now, I mean, there's so much gold going into this Nautilus.
After 30 minutes, the Smolder took off, destroying everyone in Kwangdong.
All right, well, we are K-ramming, and you can see this low is doing quite a number. The wall is going to come in there trying to save their front line, but Gideon is just not tanky enough. And Palu looks like he might be the next guy down as well. They're putting everything into Dudu, and they might finally take him out. Envy gets another kill. They take out Bull. And I thought this was going to be a done deal for Kwangdong, but I was very wrong. Yeah, I think Bulldog...
Oh my lord!
Yeah, this is not okay.
Okay, well, you know what? I take back everything I said. Hextech Soul, not as good as Smolder. You know, who cares?
How about Smolder with Elder Dragon? It's Elder Dragon squared. It's not okay.
Bro, we're correct. Just give up the Hextech Soul. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess so. Here comes Mom. It's gonna hit right in the middle, and he just disappears. You don't have an 80 carry anymore, and Casante's OP, but not as OP as Smolder. As now, it's 5v3, and this Elder will go into the hands of Bro unless Cuz has a miracle in his hand. He does, he takes it away!
Where's Envy?
Cuz is going to take it down, and he will pick it up for the team. Denies it from Bro.
Regardless, the Quantum Freaks are getting on the objective, and they're starting to clear out vision.
479 stacks right now, by the way.
Yeah, that is rather.
He also has Leandries, and he's going to be poking with some insane amount of damage right now.
Yeah, the ult, I think, is actually, it's crazy how much damage the ult does now.
Okay, that's an engage onto the front line here. They're so not tanky compared to the Smolder damage. It is ridiculous, and now Morgan just gonna die in the back line. Okay, they get the hook here on the Bulldog, and they're melting! The Dragon, the Elder Dragon! It doesn't need to go down, it's carrying for Bro! It's a quadra kill! As now he's on 12, and I think Bro just pushed the bottom lane.
They might just structures to get through, though. Blocked by Polu. Actually, that wave stick, I think they just got it. I think they have it in the bag. This could be the first win for Bro!
Andil's trying so hard! I don't think he's gonna get it though.
10 seconds on Cuz. They just have to rush it. Ignore him. He's just a Maokai.
Paolo's just trying to zone him away from the wave, but the wave is big enough. They just gotta hit the turrets. And I think Bro have done it. Andil, he's burning down. Uh-oh, we got a Maokai up. Is it enough?
It's definitely not.
He's desperate, but it's not gonna work, Bro! They take their first series of 2024.
Sylvie made some great plays this game to keep Nongshim in it versus T1.
Oh, they're looking for it again, but Sylvie's standing by.
Yeah, Colmy gonna once again be put on a leash here as threaded volley not gonna really find the target, but now Ona could be in trouble. Shattering Strike, double value there as he gets flung back into the rocks, and there's the knock-up. First blood to Sylvie, and it's elementary here for Nongshim. But probably wanting to wait a little bit longer. Haven't done a stack check. Haven't actually looked at it as, okay, there's a Destiny. And Colmy is rooted in place. Still, it's a nice seismic shove onto Gumayusi. He's going to need Carrier's help to try and get out of there. Mom is going to yell a whole bunch now as Jiwoo is sneezing all over them. Flap, 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 and they help knock down the first kill. Gumayusi dead once again. Seismic shove connects. Faker is landing Q after Q after Q with these mantras, but it's just not quite enough to win them these fights, as now Carrier, he's the one running the wrong direction, and Dundun, really nice interruption there, and Carrier's really dead. I think he was going to be dead either way, but it still looked definitely cool.
Faker's Karma looked really scary, but the Smolder factor was just too much.
Sylvie looking for a possible angle here as he gets over the wall. I don't know whether he's completely out of dodge just yet. Decides to go in. I don't know about that, but the seismic shove is amazing. Gumayusi going down extraordinarily low as Mom yells into the back line. Sylvie manages to get that kill, and now they get the knock-up onto Ona. He's underneath the turret, but I don't think that's going to matter. The Shattering Strike is decent, and my god, the damage from these mantra Qs. Another one connects, and Faker just demolishes him. Yeah, that... How long was that on cooldown for? Like
it just wasn't. It just wasn't, okay? It's if mode, apparently.
All right, we're going to go straight onto live here as Gumayusi going to get the stun onto Sylvie. That's high value, but the flick back onto Ona. He's going to explode as Mom flies over the top. And now Dundun, he'll be stunned up. Man, Turtle Stance giving him the most gigantic shield ever as Carrier going to get caught out by the seismic shove, but there's the Inspire shield from Faker. He's keeping them alive. Zeus as well is burning. Carrier was also...
Look, it's not okay that he's doing such big mantra Qs and the shields as well. He's got the most damage in the fight and the most shields.
Yep, he's just keeping them all alive all the time, but not going to be able to stop this Baron by the looks of things because Carrier is limping around the battlefield. Still, these mantra Qs are so scary. Into the back lane goes Zeus! Finds 3 with the ulti, and then rebinds the soul, but the result is a dead Yone and a dead Twisted Fate. I think Nongshim have done it. Faker is going to get routed, and he tried so incredibly hard this game. His karma was like no other, but I don't think it's going to be enough as Dundun is running after Carrier, who does have Mega Cone opportunity, but I don't think he runs as fast as
once
this.
Again,
there it is.
CC immune through the Mega Fire Kick, and Jiwoo, honestly, I feel like...
just flapping around, and there is the ace.
We were hoping for the Jiwoo source today, and he has delivered. I feel like he's been playing these team fights so flawlessly on the smaller, so patient, avoiding engage opportunities. He dodged the ult from Zeus. He was the one...
that arm guard was probably the game-winning moment there for Nongshim. Gorgeously played, and once again, They just take a game from T1.
In Game 3 of the same series, Faker put on a Hui masterclass. Just sit back and enjoy.
Generally speaking, probably just going to be farming towards level 6. Call me, don't die.
He's getting reminded of just how unfun it was last time around, as there is the Jaws, and he just gets solo killed.
Man, I told him not to die. I even said.
Like, I will sacrifice myself, just save yourselves. As Abyssal Dive is going to land onto Jiwoo, taking a lot of damage there as well. Devour going to be used aggressively. Ona taken down extraordinarily low as, he spat out on top of the Nocturne, and he's able to get the arrow off, but still it's a double kill for Faker. Colmy is now trying to find the seismic shot, but he won't get a good hook from Peter though, but Carrier, can he stay alive? Yes, he can, because he's Tom Kench. He's practically immortal, and the Tongue Lash going to get the stun onto Peter as now Dundun, he's back in the battle, but there are just not enough teammates to keep him alive. He has been in side lanes a lot. He's accrued a 40 CS event. Oh, the fear comes in, and Sylvie, the unending despair, he flashes into the brush, will survive from, oh my goodness, very close to his fall. And his Dawning Shadow snipes him! No vision, no problem, and Gumayushi is going to get rid of the jungler, and that should mean 2 dragons apiece.
I think that might have been the Horizon focus.
Oh, true.
I mean, I'm not sure it was available right at the end, but I think it gave enough vision that he knew where Sylvie had started recalling or close to it.
All right, Faker gonna find the Jaws onto Jiwoo, and there he goes. Ona launches underneath the turret and does not care about it. A Devour comes through onto Dundun. Carrier, I don't think, liked the taste of that, and is going to move himself back. Dundun pretty tanky right now, but Colmy running out of health bar. And now Peter looks for the hook angle, doesn't quite get it, and look at Faker. He's just standing back, raining hell down on Nongshim. There's the snipe. This champion is not okay, Ox. He just isn't. A hook is going to connect. It looks great from Peter, but I think he might just be dead. There's the double, the flash lick from Carrier. And that is the turret falling down as well. Sylvie not going to be able to do anything, and even gets knocked up here as more... Of course, Faker has another ability for him. And he will be taken down. That's a kill going over to Zeus. And T1, they wipe Nongshim off the map, and they're looking for Baron. He'll be all right as Peter is just tanking damage. Faker is just launching missiles, and there is just no response. They can't do anything about it. Dawning Shadow flies in. That's going to be the cue back. All out from Zeus. He's getting underneath this turret. Look at the damage. And T1, they do not allow Nongshim to win Game 3s. Yes, a casual Game 2 here and there, but Game 3, this is T1 territory. They're going to set to work on these Nexus turrets, and they now have their eyes set towards the telecom war that's going to be coming up on Saturday. This one, I mean, there were some moments, and honestly, Nongshim had a great early game, but it was all T1 from about 15 minutes onwards, and it was just all Faker.
Yep.
This guy's way's too good.
My #1 game this week was a crazy one. In Game 1 of the Hanwha KT series, we had an insanely long game that was back and forth all the way to 55 minutes.
And they're also just going to try and look to kill Pyoshik. Let's see what they can actually do here, as I think he has some sort of an idea and gets himself out of the way.
Such a good read.
That's
honestly
kind of crazy. He just waits for the Scryer's bloom. Wow.
야, 세조 노공, 세조 노공. 오,
Whoa.
쉣. 깜짝아.
I think
Okay.
I can tell that he learned a bit more English.
어, 깜짝. 야, 씨, 깜짝이야.
Happy BDD is fantastic.
Okay, Unlife Esports going to start this. KT don't need to fight this. You know, they might. But
They might because they feel like it.
Yeah.
As, all right, we teleport. We're fighting. Let's see whether they can actually lock down the Drake. The answer is no, as Chains of Corruption come in. Beryl's going to ult it, as immediately the seismic shove is going to connect. Mom yells at them, but not too much actually happens, and there's the snipe from Viper, who's just to the north, and they're just fishing the barrel right now as Doran not going to get over the wall there, but maybe he doesn't have to. Headbutt Pulverize comes in as Zeka has to get out of there. He's exhausted. The Gnar picks up just one. It's under Depth, though, and that's a high-value target, but he flashes away. But he's now got the stacks, and he's looking to rip them apart, and there's the first one. Can he grab another? Yes, he can, if BDD has anything to say about it, as Flap, 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 and maybe Peanut's just dead. There he goes. Depth's able to burn him down, and BDD, he still has it. Although, there's a hail of arrows there as well. Beryl, I don't think you can win that 1v1, my friend. You're not an AD carry anymore. That was many years ago.
I respect the attempt, and that was such a chaotic fight where KT didn't need to take it. There was no obligation. They didn't get the dragon. And Deft has a frozen heart. Because why not?
Because like what items he builds is irrelevant. He wants ability haste.
Yeah, I think we've kind of learned with Smolder is once you have the stacks,
this is a catastrophe, but Peanut's able to lock down the dragon. Mom yells once again as Delight gets the quickness over everyone. Deft once again has to flash, but Goshik is down another time. Beryl trying to tank, trying to keep them in position as Deft is burning them, but he's still going to go down. The knockups are raining in, and Perfect couldn't contribute because he was trying to kill Viper, did manage to succeed there, but then the rest of his team got wiped out.
Yeah, they're just starting the Baron, and if we look at the right side of the screen, BDD's nearly got flashed, but Deft still has about 40 seconds away, so this is a great window to force on KT.
And Doran does have Mega Knight for a little bit longer. That's a massive combo. The Pulverize is gigantic, but now he's dead. But Smolder is auto-attacking, and that is scary. And BDD, he's got the wall. He's going to try and trap them in the Thunderdome. He doesn't find the seismic shove, though, and there goes the Aatrox. Now it's Deft, and he's by himself, and he'll be taken down. There goes BDD as well. That was a catastrophe.
And you know, KT felt confident. They kept Deft alive. They thought that'd be enough to win the fight, but they didn't factor in Viper's ult coming back up, and they ended up base checking into an area with no vision. We'll see the replay, so it looks initially like it's going to be a big wombo combo for Zeka, but we see a great stopwatch, a great Zhonya's from BDD, and then the damage in return is massive. So suddenly KT, the ones with momentum, but they kite into the fog of war, and Viper's ult comes back off cooldown perfectly. Perfect doesn't connect. The root actually transfers to Deft, and that's what kills him. The root hit Perfect and transferred over.
That does not matter because now they have a 4 versus 5 situation around the Elder. But Zeka is now in the top lane, and Humble Life Esports just want to play around that, and they can pull KT around the map on a whim.
Yeah, they just need to buy time. It's 48 seconds till Doran's up with TP. I think they can buy enough time and stop KT from doing Elder before that point. You can see Deft isn't even anywhere near, and the clock is ticking.
There's also the fact that BDD may not be able to hold Zeka here as he pushes down this top lane. As Perfect looks for a knock up onto Delight, does get it. Deft is going to sneeze onto him. And now you can see Zeka waiting in the wings. There's the Chains of Corruption connecting onto Perfect as the Elder is down exceptionally low. Teleport comes in as BDD trying to get in position. Beryl is chasing out Peanut, and they take down the Elder, but Zeka's trying to win the game. Can they stop the backs is the question. And it looks like the answer's no, and they're not even going to try for it. Zeka just gets out of there. And so the inhibitor goes down, and we have the game stopped. It's definitely going to be a bit more difficult to get through. However, if they do manage to catch him again, then he dies. Speaking of dying, Peanut going to have to Arctic Assault his way out. Cease and desist comes through, though. They are committing to this. Weaver's Wall will get the flash up, and the Headbutt Pulve is there. They've got the jungler, and now Perfect is looking for more. The quickness comes in, but my god, the damage. Delight has to get out of there, but it's a big ulti from Zeka. Beryl is just going to bail out. And KT, they just set up the phalanx around Deft. This dragon is what's going to have to save them. And he's very young, and he relies on his mom and things like this, but it's working out for them in this particular moment. Zeka says, I'm going to put threat on this inhibitor turret, and they have to go back.
That's respected, but Deft actually cancelled. Looking to push up mid, try and create time. Oh, no ult from Pusik there to counter that.
All right, well, Doran is looking to try and cut this one off.
You know how I was saying the desynced Baron and Elder? Out the window, they're back at the same time again now.
Yeah, it's synced back up as Deft comes on over. He's like, Mom, is that you?
Wait, they're spamming pings onto the Baron. Hodder Life are like,
are they trading again?
Again? Yeah, I guess so.
They're trading again. But isn't that why Elder's in the game? So that doing this is a bad idea, that you have to fight for the Elder, and then maybe a winner is actually decided in the game, and that's why Elder was put into the game?
No.
It's the only way.
All or nothing.
Whoa, a teleport? A teleport?
Wait, is things happening?
No, well, a teleport is being used.
Oh,
and a control wood. A control wood. Deft flap.
Oh,
Goshik Q. Oh, that was big. That was a rapid fire cannon. That was a sneeze.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Oh,
arrow. Oh, more arrows.
Ow.
Baron, hello. How you doing?
Wait, did you see Beryl's heal from his passive was like 400?
That's hectic. He's
don't
going to
get to
have
see-
so many items.
You don't see Alistair's get this like, okay, they're fighting.
All right, we're flashing in. It only lands onto Doran. Mom doesn't really do too much either as Zeka. He goes in, and then he goes back out again. And now both teams sort of hitting the dragon. No one really finding purchase in this team fight. Headbutt just by itself there from Beryl as the Mega Cone brings Peanut in. Doesn't necessarily know whether he wants to stay in. Zeka lost too much health. You have to back away. It's time to give up this one. Oh, Delight gets into the back line. He dives on top of Perfect as BDD. He's going to go in as well. Beryl is now in amongst it, but he's so tanky. This is just absurd. The Drake is going down solo. Zeka gets exhausted. He's flung back. Deft is alive. He's alive for the next little while as now Doran is going to get taken down to the GA. Oh my god, the shove is nuts. And a GA is still in there. Doran is burning down, but it doesn't. Who's won the fight? It's Homolife Esports.
Delight secured the dragon, and I think that was enough to turn it in their favor. We won't go 60 minutes, and Homolife Esports managed to take out the 600 CS Smolder.
This is the most ridiculous game of the season. What the heck? What just happened? The ultra late game 55-minute victory. Smolder with 600 CS, 85 billion stacks. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You got a shooty guy. He just points the arrow at you and he makes it happen. Delight gets the engage and Homolife Esports, they'll win game one.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.